Hello, honor students. How are you? Let's today speak about culture and imperialism. Culture and imperialism, one of the topics that many people have this kind of enthusiasm to think about it. In his book Culture and Imperialism, one of the writers, Edward Said, argues that the practice of imperialism has been driven not only by economic and political motives, but also by a desire to control and shape the cultural identity of colonized people. How is that possible? He contends that literature, art, and other forms of culture have been used to justify and legitimize imperialism and have been shaped by the experience of imperialism. Said also argues that the West has imposed its own cultural values on colonized peoples in an attempt to reshape their cultural identities and make them more like the West. He argues that this process of cultural imperialism has been a powerful force in shaping the way that the West sees itself and in shaping the way that colonized people see themselves in relation to the West. Said also examines how colonizers' representation of the other in the literature and other art forms contribute to the formation of stereotypes and prejudices, which reinforces the imperialist project. This representation is also used to perpetuate the myth about colonized people. He contends that these myths have been used to justify colonism and have been reinforced by the way that literature, art, and other forms of culture have been used to represent colonized people. Finally, Said also highlights the resistance of colonized people to this imposed culture and the ways in which they have created their own cultural identities. He argues that their resistance is an important aspect of their cultural identities and that this resistance should be recognized and celebrated. In general, culture and imperialism is an extensive critique of the relationship between culture and imperialism, especially and specifically on how imperial powers have used literature and culture to justify their actions and how those actions have affected the culture of the colonized people. This work also discusses about the politics of representation of colonized people, the resistance and the reappropriate of the culture. If you think that you have learned something new about culture and imperialism, thumb up for like, drop a comment if you have one, share with others, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can always get the latest in English history, English culture, and English literature by Karima. Wish all my students in their mock exams best of luck. Talk to you soon. Bye.